And shout out to Facebook groups. I mean, it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you never know. You just have to show up and take action.
honestly, once you set the bar, it's either you're going to do it or you're not going to do it. So being slow to hire, fast to fire, that's definitely kind of where we're at.
If someone doesn't like you, this shouldn't be a worry for you. If you are scared of success, it won't be worse than what you have now. So if you want to really try it. It won't hurt you.
All right. Well, today I'm super excited because we have someone that I've worked for with years of experience, and it's my own personal video editor. So welcome to the show, Elena and Semion from Create Elate. I'm so excited to have you guys. Just real quickly, I want to give a quick bio of who you guys are, why we work together so that the audience kind of knows the background. But you are parents. You have a 10-month-old little boy, which we're so excited about. So you're in the thick of it right now, first year of parenthood. It's real, which is always great. But really, you guys are experts when it comes to video production. And I'm just going to read your little bio here. So Create Elate Productions is a full cycle video production agency delivering high-end solutions to clients across Europe and the United States. And with that said, asterisk, you guys are in Bulgaria. It's almost bedtime over there, 9 o'clock at night. So thanks for the time difference. But simply said, you guys develop strategies, plan productions, shoot, edit, and distribute video content for your clients globally. I mean, that's what's amazing about this. And then one of the things I want to dive in today is about your difference. So what makes you guys different from other video production companies? I've hired a handful and I can say I'll always go back to you no matter what, because the quality is just a bar above everybody else. But it's that quality control via internal revisions that you guys do. You're really always thinking about the client's primary goals and target audience specifically. So you're never blanketing your approach. It's always custom. Your attention to detail is unmatched. I'll have to say that. Like every time we do revisions, it's so minimal and they're always so quick. So I really appreciate that. The deadlines, you're so communicative when it comes to, hey, we've got this coming up. We might be a delay. You're going to let me know in advance, or hey, we got all of them done in 1 week. And it's just above and beyond. Definitely when it comes to your innovative solutions, your tailored solutions to clients' needs, and then your experience. It's not just real estate that you do, but you do a whole spectrum of businesses. And so we're going to talk about that too. But with that said, welcome to the show, you guys.
Thank you, Marina. We are really excited, and we were looking forward to being your guest today. I've actually, prior to our meeting, checked my calendar and all kind of the emails we had with you, and it's like in a week, I think 31st of August, it's going to be 3 years since we started working together. So I'm really excited and also thankful for your trust throughout the years. It's been an incredible experience working with you, and we're looking forward to more.
Yeah, for sure. And I can remember the very first time we did our consultation, I think you were in Paris at the time on vacation or something. And I was like, this is so crazy for me being in Hawaii, it's just so far away.
Yeah,
But
I think you had like 4 a.m. back then, and it was like a crazy story. Unfortunately, we didn't record it back then, but I still have memory of it.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll say, like, even though we're a world apart, it's never been an issue. And I think that's one common concern that people have in the US about exporting their business, is, well, what about this? And what about that? Never, ever have I had to doubt or worry about the quality of work or your communication. So thank you for the peace of mind with that, for sure. But 3 years, holy crap.
Yeah, crazy.
Thank you for your trust and the opportunity to service for so many years already.
If we go back 3 years, I mean, that was my entering my second year of real estate. So this was like still a new career for me. We were just adding on YouTube. I didn't know what the heck I was doing, and you guys made it so much easier. So thanks for that too. But I do want to hear a quick backstory on starting your business. How did you guys decide to start? What was that like? What year was that? Kind of give me the backstory.
So actually, it was 2017 that I graduated with my master's degree in management. And back then I started like corporate job. I didn't have the intention to start our business. Then my really focus was just to climb the ladder there. But 1 year in the corporate, I realized that's not for me. And I started being more in the online space. I was being really inspired by what especially women could achieve with digital presence and how much impact they were able to have online and how they were able to pursue their dreams. And it was quite risky because the market then wasn't that saturated, I guess, also. And it was a huge leap for me to take this step, but also thanks to the support that I had from Semion, I was able to do so. And I decided that I want to pursue something on my own with a creative studio where I was able to do. We actually started doing also branding, web design, and video editing. Video editing in video in particular was an idea that we had because Simeon had the passion. Maybe he could tell a little bit more about that in a bit, but he was really passionate about doing videos. We were doing a lot of videos for ourselves, like personal videos from our travels. And it wasn't that big of a thing back then with like all the vlogs behind the scenes. It was just really like passion projects. But we decided to add them, so to say, to our portfolio of services that we offer. And it turned out to be the most demanding one in the end. And maybe it was like 2019 when we started really having a lot of requests, and we decided to purely focus on video editing, as it was just two of us, and we wanted really to go deep into what we offer and build this expertise and become the go-to, so to say, in the industry with the clients we work with back then. And with many, actually, we still continue working up to date, which is really amazing. And yeah, we've been in business for almost like 5 years doing video, and it's been a great journey. We've done tons of videos already. We serve more than 100 clients, and all of them around the world. Actually, in Europe, not that many, but still quite a few. And yeah, we're excited for the potential and growing further. And maybe, Simeon, if you want, you can add a little bit more about the video part, because I know it's an exciting part. And
Yeah, so I still can recall this day when Elena was like unsure about asking me if I was still in corporate. So I was more in the finance side. And she asked, like, I'm starting my business. So I was fully supporting her with that. And she said, like, I want to add video to the bunch of services. And I can recall this was like late evening talk. And I said, like, okay, let's try it. I don't think it's gonna work out to the way you imagine it. And so what ended up happening is she replied to some request in Facebook group of one creator who was looking for a video editor. And I think she scheduled a call like within an hour, and it was already our 10 p.m. So this was our first interference with the US time zone. And we ended up working with that client for 2 more years. And yeah, so when we started working, she had 50,000 subscribers. By the time we finished working together, and she just grew her team and hired people internally, she had over 500,000 subscribers. So we've been lucky. Yeah. I mean, but it's all the kudos to her and her team for being really dedicated and laser focused on the content she was delivering, and the whole value, like it was fully well built funnel. But we were happy to support her with over, I believe, 100 projects for YouTube ads, courses, stuff like this.
Amazing.
And this is how we actually grew, especially in the beginning, with a lot of referral and word of mouth. We didn't put a lot of effort in ads and doing special marketing. It was really through referrals, and that's helped us to build these long-lasting partnerships with the clients we work with.
Yeah, that's so good. And I was just going to ask you that next, was like, how did you grow to 100 clients? You know, and I think referrals are tried and true. They're never going to get tired. They're never going to be old, because it's someone's trusted, vetted advice to say, book this person, you need them in your life. I've used them. And that's something that we just have to focus on, because I get so frustrated with social media and like just trying to be all places at all times, when really, if I could just focus on the 5 relationships that matter the most, that's going to be my referral engine, you know? So that's amazing to hear that it worked that well for you. And shout out to Facebook groups. I mean,
yeah,
like potential.
Yeah, you never know. Like I was literally in my pajamas, sitting on the couch and just scrolling in Facebook groups. And I came across this post, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna give it a try. I don't know if this lady is going to reply to me, but I'm just going to message her. She replied to me, and because she was based in Canada, again, huge time difference. She asked me, "Are you able to jump on a call now or like in 10 minutes?" And I'm like, okay. And then we scheduled, I had to change. And this is how it all started. It
Yeah.
wasn't really planned, but just for me, it's always a proof that you just have to show up and take action. Sometimes I wouldn't call it like a coincidence, but just it's like where, hard work meets luck, and things
Yeah.
just happen.
And I will say, especially in an online world today, if you don't respond sometimes within that hour, they've moved on. They're on to the next thing and the next website, and then you've lost them already, especially in the real estate space. There's so much competition that you have
I
to
could
use first to
imagine, yeah.
respond. So kudos to you for sure. Hey ladies, real quick, if you are looking for a mentor, I just wanted to remind you that I offer mentorship to entrepreneurs. So if you're someone who has a never-ending to-do list and you're spiraling out of control and feel like your business doesn't have a track plan, I want to work with you every single week for a month at a time. It's super simple, but I come from over 10 years of experience doing this myself, and now I'm willing to give that information back to people. So I've mentored real estate agents, I've mentored wedding photographers, I've mentored other business owners, and they've come from a place of overwhelm mostly, and they really just needed clarity and a couple of action steps to move the needle, and we've seen gigantum leaps and bounds in their business, like I can't even tell you. So if you're interested and you want to know what that looks like, I want you to go to marinatolentino.com, and there's a Calendly link there to do a 15-minute discovery call with me just to see if we're a good vibe check, to make sure we're on the same page, and I would love to work with you one-on-one to really boost your business to the next level. Let's dive back in. And then you guys have grown a team now, so it's not just you guys. How did you learn how to manage people? Because I think that's one of the most challenging things of growing a business. Like, kind of talk to me about that a little bit.
It's been definitely challenging. I could say that. Particularly like in a corporate setting, you're working with certain level of management, but like to manage people, to incentivize people, I would say the hardest for me personally has been to learn to manage creative people. Because one thing is like, you're coming from more business perspective, and I'm like good with numbers. It's good to manage, certain analytical type of people, but when you manage creative people who need their space, right, and they need to express themselves, be creative, but at the same time, when we have pipeline of projects and time is money, and there is particularly opportunity cost, of investing more time in a certain project than sort of we are allowed to, because other clients would just suffer for later deliveries, or me doing all-nighters, both have happened, but it's just this finding the balance for allowing people to be creative, yet developing the processes. I would say definitely development of processes and SOPs have helped us a lot. And trying to understand what the client wants, taking on the best team players with us onto the new clients who have been with us for 2-3 years, our team, and jumping on the new client projects really within 2-3 projects, trying to understand what the preferences are, setting out the framework, and the all the editing nitty and gritty, trying to be efficient yet really creative, and then allow the more people from the team to join in and have more, as you already mentioned before. We do at least 4I principle approach. So whatever our junior or more senior guys are doing, even people who are with us for 3 years, we are still checking projects after them for any grammar issues, because you can invest 10 to 15 hours of time, in a single YouTube video and polishing it up, but it's just this 1 or 2 grammar errors that will really, break it and put a little of a unnecessary, I don't know how to express myself here, but it's necessary, to have those kind of mistakes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what I heard out of there was systems and processes. Those are the biggest things. And then I've also heard layers, right? So you have your senior editors who are then helping mentor the new guys. and they're getting to job shadow too. So that's really important. And I think a big mistake too that a lot of people make is just thinking like, well, here's the expectation, you should just follow it. And it's you still have to handhold and consistently make sure you're meeting those expectations. And if you're not, it's correction and you're refining. Refinement is a big word there too. That's really good. And I think more entrepreneurs need to focus on those systems. So I have seen from all sides of like trying
How
to
has
be
it
on a
been
team.
for you?
Yeah. What's that?
How has it been for you, the development of systems?
For me, the systems are everything. But now it's the follow through. And then honestly, once you set the bar, it's either you're going to do it or you're not going to do it. And being able to have that tough conversation if they're not willing to meet the bar, that maybe this isn't working out anymore. So being slow to hire, fast to fire, that's definitely kind of where we're at. But I can say like just having the one assistant with Rose, like that's all I need for my personal business right now. But if I were to scale and like grow a team or something in the future, you're basically herding cats with similar to creatives, you know, like they want to do their own thing on their own time. It's like, well, do you really want to do it? And do you see this as a mutually beneficial partnership, or are you just kind of doing your own thing? And like your actions will show me. So that's what I've kind of learned. Yeah. Well, let's kind of go into, I really want to help someone that's listening that hasn't started video yet, or maybe they've flunked around and they feel like it's a total waste of time or failure, or they just don't have time to do it, but they know they need to do it. What advice do you have for them to get off the bench? Like for someone who knows they should do it, but they just haven't done it yet. What would you say?
I can just answer shortly. There are 7 billion people out there and hundreds of thousands of hours of YouTube videos uploaded every second. So if someone doesn't like you, this shouldn't be a worry for you. If you are scared of success, it won't be worse than what you have now. So if you want to really try it. It won't hurt you.
Yep. What do you think, Elena?
I think this is a struggle that many business owners face, especially in the online space, because they know that nowadays like videos speak a lot. And if it was like the website before, now it's more about the video content, social media presence, and everyone talks about building a personal brand and the importance of it for growing your business. And I do think it's a really important thing to try and to be consistent. And I believe that you're a huge example of that, Marina, because as I said, we started 3 years ago, and I'm sure that many times probably for you, it was like, maybe it's not worth it. You will just give it up. Why spending so much time and resources on it? But you literally haven't missed a week, I believe, since the very beginning. And it's not about really the views, it's not about the subscribers, but it's about this persistence and consistency that you show, and that really, in my eyes at least, and in our team's eyes of working with you for so long, we see you as like a real boss woman there who juggles so many things, not only the business, but you're also a mom, a wife, and you still manage it all. So I believe that everyone can do it if they have the desire, and it's definitely worth it, because it can be a huge driver for the business, for growing a community, and then ultimately, of course, depending on what the business is, creating more traffic for the product or service that you have to offer down the line. And especially with YouTube, why we're such big advocates for it is because it is a long-term game, but it's where you could really see results down the line, and with time, consistent results. Whereas like with Reels and TikTok, great platforms as well, where you could see a lot of traffic and quick wins, but it's not something people would come in time to watch probably, or like find you through it. It's more about maybe recognize you, find you, and then continue following you and exploring your content on YouTube, where you could then build such strong relationships and drive for your business. I don't know. I think this is what we've seen working for many of our clients. If you see it different, I would be curious actually to see how it was working for you. But this is at least from our experience.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I would add to that too, the consistency is huge. So if you're going to start video, you have to be in it for a long haul. Like, don't just do it for 30 days and say it's not working. It takes time to build the snowball. And it takes money. Like, you really are investing into your business to get something out and an ROI on the other side. But I think so much of the excuse and like the the wall that people hit. Well, it's too expensive. I can't afford to do video because I'm not going to see the output for a while, you know, but it's that long-term game. And I knew when I started this, I was going to do it for a year before I quit. And sure enough, it took about 6 months before I got that first big client that paid for an entire year of services, you know, and then you're just like, okay, I'm just going to reinvest this back into YouTube. And it just made so much sense. But I think, again, people, the limiting beliefs is, well, I'm not good on video. I suck at camera. Like, this is going to be too hard. And you have to realize you're adding a new area to your business. So there is a time sacrifice there. You can't just like add more to the plate and expect more to happen. You're going to have to take something away probably to invest in that new thing. But knowing it's a long-term gain. So now I have content that works for me while I sleep, while I'm on vacation. People are learning about real estate in Hawaii. I don't have to think about it. And so the way we built this is to literally do one filming day a week or one filming day a month and get all 4 videos done. And then you guys handle the rest. And I don't touch a video ever since then. Like, it's just amazing, you know? And so realizing that this could be a time freedom level there that people can reach in their business would be huge. And I just think video isn't going away. You know, we're entering this age of where there was a lot of filtered video and a lot of like facades of this great life that we have. Now Gen Z is really looking for authenticity. They want realness. Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt, and I hope you're enjoying this episode of the Work Like a Mother podcast. Real quick, I just want to remind you guys, if you are worried about missing an episode, you don't have to worry anymore, because we are creating a weekly email that's going to go out automatically every single time there's a brand new episode. And this email is going to have everything you need to know about this week's featured guest. It's going to have all of the links and the resources that we're going to talk about in this episode. So you don't have to go around and fumble through the show notes, but it's going to be served in your inbox every single week. So if you guys want that access, be sure to click below one time in the show notes today, sign up for that email, and then you'll never have to worry about it in the future. And bonus, if you really love this, we'd love it if you share this with a friend. Give us a review on whatever platform you're listening to, and we'll continue to bring new episodes and new information that's going to help you level up your life every single week. So I wanted to ask you guys, what trends do you kind of see in 2024 and 2025 coming up in the video space? And we'll just talk YouTube specifically. Do you guys notice any differences in how people are creating videos? Like, what do you think?
I would say through some of our bigger clients, what we've seen also through their requests and through adjustment to our editing is that more, as you said, authenticity definitely pays off. People are getting tired of more busy type of editing when, you know, everything flashes on the screen. Like if you want this type of video, you obviously go for more entertainment type of content like Mr. Beast. But if you are going for educational type of content, if the text pops out every second and it flashes in your face and is this more of a boasting, you know, for editors who can edit better videos, a viewer gets tired very quickly. And so they go for YouTube already knowing they will be there for at least like 30 minutes consuming content, right? And I would say also rise of shorts and reels has taken this niche of busyness. You know, there's like funny and catchy captions. There are all the titles and animations that you can add there, all the trends, and this is where this busy stuff lives, whereas YouTube is more authentic. And so what we've seen is a rise of like 30 to 50% in average view duration for our clients who have changed the editing style from, you know, we removed like 70% of, or 70% of the titles. We kept it very authentic, lots of B-roll, custom film B-roll, and definitely paying attention to the hook. So when people click on the like thumbnail and title, definitely the first things that drive, you know, human action. Should I click on the video or should I not click? There are like 20 videos you see at once. Once you click on it, within the first 3 to 5 seconds, you need to catch their attention. And most importantly, I would say, is that the energy and the style that you have within and language within the title and design and style that you have within the thumbnail have to match your personality. You cannot be, you know, super, again, Mr. Beast type of thumbnail and some screaming title. You click on the video and there is a person standing in the suit in front of a whiteboard, you know, and explaining some complex concepts. So there should be no dissonance there. And within those 5 to 7 seconds, you have to really catch the attention. of people. So this is what we see working really well for now.
And when we say more authentic content, we don't mean less professional in the end, because could be perceived as, I'm going to use my camera on the phone, which is also fine. Like some people do it and it's working great for some people, but you could still create high quality content without all the flashy titles. And again, you are a great example with your videos. We never been in that end of spectrum with like extremely busy videos, but we got so many requests in the past to create similar style of videos, like Hormozy, for example, which huge admiration. He's doing great content. We love everything he produces, but he has the energy for it, and many people don't, but expect the same type of editing, which doesn't really match. And still, you hire a videographer, you have a team member who does this, and then we level up the editing there, and it's still looking professional, polished, and serves your audience hopefully in the best possible way. But the point with authenticity, it's really so, because it's just so much content out there that people try to find what aligns with them and what they feel is most natural to their preferences and what they're interested in.
Yeah, for sure. And that's just goes to saying it's not oversaturated because there's only one you. And so people want to align with you, whether that's your looks, your voice, whatever, your style. The world needs everybody. So there's always space. That's great. How do you guys feel about AI? I know 2024 has been a roller coaster with AI, and now I'm seeing AI influencers. Like it gets getting bananas out there. What do you guys think?
We are testing everything that comes out on the market for video editing and in AI and seeing how this can improve our efficiency. For now, I would say for people who are really busy and one-man show, this is a great improvement. That there's tools like Opus Clip or where it's like online based, right? Tools which you can use to take your longer podcast, like this one, and break it down. Let AI decide what are the interesting parts, and cut it in short clips, add captions. Problem there is, again, I as a viewer, if I see some short form video and I see mistakes in captions, I'm a little bit detracted from watching this content again from this person, and most likely this is what happens with such tools, but they are definitely on the rise. I would say the one which really we started using a lot is one called Fireflies. It's not for video, but it uses video. So it's jumping on the video call with you, and it's like a digital note taker. So it's as if you had a meeting minutes guy with you on the call who would be making the minutes and summarizing everything that was talked about. But this thing listens to the calls, of course, with the consent of both sides, and summarizes the call, gives tips for you if it's a sales call, what you could improve next time, where you might have been dropped in the tone of voice, or what you might have said better. So this is kind of what's great with AI, but it is in video. We don't see in the content that you, Marina, for instance, create and your videographers, when they go out and shoot with professional cameras and professional codecs to color grade that footage, AI is nowhere near there to do really great look and match multiple cameras so they have certain style and, most importantly, consistency of colors across videos. This is something that we pay attention to. This is something that we learn from professional colorists when we do their courses and learn from them.
Mm-hmm.
And the AI is nowhere near there yet.
Good to know. Well, you won't be out of a job.
We hope so. I mean, at some points it's scary. It's very new, but it's accelerating very fast. And we are just trying to look at it as something that could also help us improve our workflows, make us more efficient, so we deliver also faster, better job. But as Semion said, we try everything that comes on the market, and there might be some good tools here and there that could do, let's say, out of 5 steps too. But then again, we need our human resource to finish, to check, to make sure everything is correct, because we cannot trust AI 100%, at least for now. Maybe it's going to get there in a couple of years, but for now, we're just trying to of course, not ignore it because it is here and it's going to be here to stay, but still trying to incorporate it in the best possible way for our business, because it is entering the creative world a lot. And I'm sure for also when it comes to graphic design and websites and everything, the AI tools are already there. But as Semion said, they're not where the human, at least for now, capabilities are. So it's going to take more years. So I hope we stay and have jobs. Yeah.
And definitely, so one more thing maybe to add, because you said like it's for websites, let's say, many website builders use already built-in AI, for helping you draft paragraphs or headlines. And so from our partner marketing company, we here local, we know that Google actually penalizes websites and their ranking, search ranking, and being on top of the search when it identifies AI text. So I don't know how this could potentially play out with YouTube and editing, but it does do so already with SEO and websites.
Yeah, and even on Instagram, like if you publish something that was edited with AI, it flags it somehow and it'll say it is AI generated. And I just think the same approach. It's like, don't have your head in the sand and do nothing. You should always be kind of like aware of what's going on in the news, what new apps are out there. I mean, there's so many things coming out all the time. So you could just search up like what are the top AI platforms people are using for 2024 and look through them, or for your industry. But for me, I mean, ChatGPT has been awesome, but same thing, it's not perfect. You still have to add your own voice to it. The voice feature is crazy. If you guys haven't played with that, you can have like a full-on conversation with it, which is nuts. But I think when things that's never replaceable is your opinion. And so same thing that goes with content is like, you're never going to have a bot create something that's going to be better than you, because people want your opinion. They want your human perspective on things. And so just keeping that in mind. But I think it's like been blowing my mind, the things I've been hearing about coming up and just the future of AI. So our kids are in for an interesting generation. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about YouTube strategy for a second. Just with like, what are some of the basic things that make a successful channel versus the ones that are failing? Like if someone's going to start a YouTube channel, or maybe they have one and they want to optimize it, what are some of the big pillars that people are looking for?
When it comes to strategy, I think what we've seen working for our clients, especially those who recently started their YouTube channels and not like 10 years ago when it was working much easier for everyone. It's really, I don't like emphasizing it much, but really to be more niche in what you have to offer, because just the search engine works in your favor in this way. YouTube, the algorithm ranks your content better. And we've seen for many of our clients who are more niche, they don't necessarily have huge following or like tons of subscribers and views, but they get the results they want for their business just because their content is really focused on their audience. And without like a clear idea of what you want to create on YouTube and like the audience that you want to serve, it's going to be difficult to create a consistent machine of content, to always get ideas and to know how to serve your audience in the best possible way. So I would always recommend, when we start working with a new client who wants to also get strategy and is thinking of how to approach YouTube, is to have this clear avatar in their head of whom they want to serve. And of course, combine this with their expertise. So you have to have certain pool of like skills and trainings that you could provide to these people, so that you can easily and in the most authentic way create content. And it's, I think, visible when someone really speaks from experience as you, and someone who it's just out there to create content for the purpose of being on YouTube. And this is, I guess, where the big difference comes. And it's not only for, let's say, the number of views, but also for how long you're going to be able to play this game. Because if it's not coming naturally from you and from your knowledge, it's just not going to play well in the long run. And eventually you're just going to burn out and say, this is not for me. I don't want to do this. It takes too much time. It drains my energy, and so on. So having the clear avatar of whom you want to serve, combining it with your experience, It's the starting point of creating the content strategy in terms of content viewers, topics, and think, of course, with time how the audience responds, what resonates most with them, and how we could improve from there. It's not something that you can create, let's say, 1 year plan. You could, of course, but the point of YouTube is the videos that you post to resonate with the people on the other end. So having this constant feedback and looking for ways to refine and modify is the way to go, in our opinion, how we approach YouTube and the clients we work with.
Yeah, that's great advice. And it just goes back to business planning. You can't just have like a blanket approach to everything. You got to know, you can't just throw things at the wall and hope they stick. Know your audience, know who you are, who you serve, and what your secret sauce is. Like, again, you can't be all things to all people. So that's really important. And it does sometimes for me as a creative, feel like I'm like tunnel vision where I'm like getting bored with the one thing. But there are ways to always be testing and adding in fun things. So like for us, we added the vlog in, which was something new for us. It's not always real estate, but we found a lot of my audience is interested in my personal life. Go figure. So it's like, I don't have to give away the beans and show my kids all day, but I can show them that I'm traveling or that there's like life behind the scenes. And it's still real estate related. It's just a little bit more personal. That's been fun. So that's good advice. Yeah. And before I forget, I just want to add, if people are listening to this and they're like, okay, Marina said they're good, I love it, I do want to make sure you guys click the link below because we have their website and information to get in touch with Create Elate. And we would love if you guys start that conversation and just, I think, explore it more than anything of like, you probably know that you should be doing this, but like actually start the conversation because I feel like you guys will be able to pour into them and help them really give ideas of how to grow the business. So that's great. And we'll wrap this up because I know we're coming up on the hour soon, but what is something you want a listener to take action on today? What's a resource for them, or like after listening, what's the one thing you want them to do?
That's a great question. When it comes to video or when it comes to business in general?
We've got working moms. Think of that. Yeah.
If someone now listening is thinking whether they want to start YouTube or to create a video for their business or just to take this next step when it comes to video, I do personally always get really inspired when I watch people who inspire me, like their videos, their content, especially now as a mom also. I love watching businesswomen who manage to run business, but also raise their kids and juggle all the things. And it's not perfect, of course, but it's all these behind the scenes that really inspire me. So if you're someone who wants to take the next step, no matter what your current situation is, look for someone who inspire you and just get these ideas of what you could create also for your personal life, your business. In a way, kind of steal small ideas, but with your own personal touch, because sometimes we're like, I don't know what to create. There's so much content out there. There's nothing unique about me, but there is a lot unique. Everyone is unique. And I think sometimes we just need this little push from someone who inspires us to take the next step. So especially when I'm at home and I'm thinking how to juggle it all, I watch some women who do business and also raise kids, and I get really inspired by them, and this is something that helps me to move forward. So this would be my suggestions, just to get a little bit of inspiration and to know that you're unique in your own personal way.
So good. Do you have anything to add, Semion?
Yeah, maybe something to a previous point about the business plan, and I would say very important is realize who you want to serve, who your target audience is. I can always do videos for fun, but ideally, if you want to do it for your business, you need to understand what would be the ultimate action of these people, what would their journey look like. Always ask yourself, like, if you're about to film, would you watch such a video? How would you, as a viewer, react to this video, to this title, to this thumbnail? For how long would you stick within the video? And when you take these considerations in mind, I think this is something also that worked really, really well for you, Marina, and for your channel. We love editing all three types of videos or four types of videos, right? Home tours, education for agents, education for people who want to buy or sell homes, we've educated our local team so much about the interest rates in the US.
I'm sure.
Yeah, and vlogs, right? So it's understanding that there are, as you said, different interests. Like you said, you go figure, people are interested also in my personal life. So you serve them this. But in the beginning, it's this tunnel vision. It's maybe starting with one or two things, understanding that there are maybe one or two client avatars that you want to serve, what type of video you want to serve them. Understand that video is not a something easy to do. So I've been doing this for personally since I was a kid. I was holding a camera, and maybe since university years, it's daily 4 or 5 hours of YouTube, studying cameras, editing software. It was passion for me. But what I'm saying is that there are people who are graduating, film schools, and they're doing this professionally. And so don't think of it this is easy, something easy to do. So set realistic expectations about not maybe recording every video once every day, but maybe once a week or once in 2 weeks. Set real expectations and stick to it. Stick to it, do it consistently, and with time, don't forget to check analytics, every 2-3 months, and see what works, what doesn't.
Yeah. So good. Yeah, that's great advice. Okay, we wrap up every episode with a fun rapid fire. So just popcorn to me, but what is your Starbucks order?
For
Recently
me,
cold brew. I don't know why.
yeah, same for me. Same for me.
Okay.
But it's summer.
What do you guys for the summer? Yeah. If it's cold, maybe not. What do you guys make for dinner if it's last minute?
I guess some salad. Like, we're really boring when it comes to food, but we try now to stay a bit more healthy. So I would say salad.
Salad. Yeah.
There is a little bit. If there is 2 extra minutes, that will be carbonara probably for me.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. That's an easy one. What's your favorite go-to department of Target? I don't know if you guys have Target. Or
No,
your
we
favorite
don't.
No Target. Okay.
Electronics.
But
Electronics.
Electronics. Yeah. What were you gonna say, Elena?
for me, it's like all the notebooks, copybook, like pen, pencils, all the stationery stuff. Like, since childhood, this is everywhere. My favorite spot.
Yeah, love it. Name a book or a podcast you'd recommend to our audience, and why?
I mean, Work Like a Mother. It's definitely. I'm a huge podcast listener. I do love the School of Greatness. This is a podcast that I've been listening for years. And when it comes to book, I would say I've been really enjoying the Hormosis books in the last couple of months. They've been just a great source for business, but in a really plain English with actionable steps.
Agreed. Yeah. Do you have anything to add?
Yeah, maybe completely agree with Hormosis stuff. I'm not a big podcast listener, so if I'm listening to something, it's typically music. Or Work Like a Mother, or Work Like a Mother podcast, obviously, whenever we are editing it. But for books, maybe something, less nonfiction, and more fiction-like is Alchemist by Paulo Coelho or Diamond Cutter. Those are interesting books to read.
Cool. I'll look that one up. I haven't heard that second one. TikTok or Instagram?
Instagram.
Instagram, yep. Okay. And then where can people find you online? What's the best place to find you?
Instagram, I guess, at Create Elate, and then our website, also createelate.com. If you're interested, you could DM us or book a call with us. I'm still the one doing the calls just because I purely enjoy connecting with the people we work with. So we'll be more than happy to explore your current video editing needs and how we could support the business.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you guys, again, if they want to hear or see what the editing work you go to YouTube and then look up my name, Marina Tolentino, and you're going to see all of their beautiful work. They've just made it so effortless. And so I just want to remind people, if you think video editing is something you're going to take on your own, it is a beast. And I don't recommend it for someone who is not experienced. This will save you so much time and money in the long haul. And it's just been worth it 1,000%. So thank you guys so much for all of your time. Thank your team for me, please. Thanks for staying up late on a weeknight. I appreciate it. And I guess that's it for the show. So this was fun. Thank you guys.
Thank you,
Marina. And to everyone listening, it was really enjoyable, and hope to stay in touch.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.